Okay, good morning, everybody. Buenos dias, Isidro. Let me know if you can hear me this morning because I don't have my microphone set up. I'm just using the computer mic. Can you hear me, Isidro? Okay, good. That's a thumbs up. I'm going to take that as a yes. I'm standing up today. I don't know about you, but sometimes I get so sick of sitting. Let me turn off my mail in the background. We're going to have really fun on this short topic today that I was inspired to share with you. And it's still in the topic of us talking about being vision driven, but I'm going to have you look at what it means to take risk, but in a different way that's really going to help you feel more confident and less fearful about taking risks. So I have this desk that rises up, or not desk, but a top that I get to put on my desk that goes up and down. So today I'm going to be doing most of my work standing up. Okay, so all week we have been talking about being vision driven as opposed to goal driven. Good morning. It's nice to see some new faces. And those of you that are watching the replay, make sure that you introduce yourself in the comments because I know we have a lot of new members. So all week we've been talking about what it means to be vision driven versus goal driven, right? Goals are actually the things that we back into our vision to support the bigger vision. And when we're driven by our goal or by our vision, it releases the tension, it releases the fear and the pushing, right? As opposed to when you're just setting goals, it's like to check something off the list. Think of like the long to-do list that you write. When you're just setting goals, they're not tied to anything if they're not tied to anything that's bigger, more meaningful, a deeper purpose, right? A calling, then that's why you can start spinning, right? That's why it's easy to not hit your goals. That's why it's easy to give up and get frustrated and be pushing, as opposed to what I say, being pulled forward, being called forward by what my clients know as the North Star. And this is something that we work on together, defining what you really stand for, right? And where that comes from. Because the truth is, our bigger calling, our bigger purpose in life, it comes from a place in our past. It comes from the crumbs and the clues that have gotten us to where we are today. And so when you get connected to that and you're moving with vision as opposed to just goals, then you're connected, you're co-creating with the universe, and all of this gets easier. Make sense? Okay, so what I'm going to share with you today is it's really amazing. This morning I pulled this goddess card. Do any of you ever pull cards? So in the morning I do prayer, and then I also pull these goddess cards. And it's so fitting that today I pulled this one that says, can you see it? Leap of faith. Leap of faith, which is so fitting for today because I was going to be talking about risks. And so there's no accident, right? So here's the thing about risking, right? Like that word has so much attached to it, right? When I say to people, a couple of weeks ago, we were talking about the small things that you do in your life that create the exponential results, right? The small, seemingly meaningless, but they add up, right? The way that we live our life, the things that we do, our habits, right? And we talked about taking more risks, right? And that if you're not taking risks in your life, you're definitely not living at the capacity or having the successes or the breakthroughs or the joys or the relationships that you really could be having, right? We're talking about high performer type of experiences. And so I know that there were many people who were saying they're afraid to take risks, right? Because when you are risking something, inherently it feels like you're giving up something. You might lose something. And while that may be the case, right? Sometimes we have to give up things to get other things. When you think about your vision, when you think about working from vision as opposed to goals, it's so much easier to take risks because what it means to really risk is, tongue twister, is that you're having faith, right? So a couple of months ago, I was at an event, at the Zone event, and the night before at something called the Gathering of the Light Tribes event, where I spoke on stage about having courage and practicing faith. It's something that I got from one of my first business coaches and mentors about 12 years ago. Have courage, practice faith. And it was kind of his motto, right? And that part about practicing faith really has stuck with me, right? So what does it mean to practice faith, right? It means that you're practicing believing in your vision. You're practicing on a daily basis with the way that you think, the things that you tell yourself, the way that you speak about it, and then the actions that you take. You are practicing having faith in that which you desire, in your big vision, and then in the goals that back it up, right? So when I picked up this card this morning of taking a leap of faith, I thought, how fitting is that? Because really, that's really all that we're doing when we are taking risks. Does that make sense to you guys? As you're listening, let me know that this is landing with you, because that will support me in knowing that this is making sense for you. So when we are risking, we are practicing faith. And how much, I mean, don't you just love that? Because how much does that free you up? How much does that allow you to let go, to let God in, to let the universe in, right? You don't have to fear so much when you are practicing faith, which is taking risks. So I'm going to read to you what this says, what the explanation says for taking a leap of faith. It says, procrastinating about your dreams won't make them go away. Have you listening right now been procrastinating on a dream, on a vision that you have? Maybe because you're afraid of what it will require of you. Maybe it's because you don't really know how to get started. Really, you just get started by having that vision. You know, my clients hear me say this all the time. Whenever you feel like you're getting off track, get back to your vision. What is your vision? Get deeper with it. Ask yourself what you can do today, or how you can think today, or how you can be today that supports the vision. So procrastinating about your dreams won't make them go away. Neither will it make them happen. Indecision is the death of the soul's burning passion to improve, grow, and learn. I mean, if you don't take anything away from this live today, you've got to take that away. I'm going to read it again. And if it's connecting with you, let me know by posting in the comments. And write this down if you can. Indecision is the death of the soul's burning passion to improve, to grow, and to learn. When you are stuck in indecision, you are basically telling God and the universe and yourself, you're strengthening this belief, which becomes a mindset, that you do not have faith. That you do not have faith that however it turns out, whatever turn it might take, that it will be okay, that everything will work out. When you stay stuck in indecision, what she says here is so powerful. It's the death of your soul's burning desire. So the longer that you are in indecision and you are afraid to take a risk, right? Because for many of us, just making a decision is the risk, because what if it's not the right decision, right? So staying stuck in that indecision is you killing your soul. That's basically what she's saying. It's the death of the soul's burning passion, right? The soul has a passion to continue to grow, right? To continue to improve and to learn. And when you stay stuck in indecision because you're afraid to take risks, you're killing that part of your soul. I mean, if that doesn't like move you, I don't know what does, right? If that doesn't move you, I don't know what does, because that moves me. That moves me big time. So if you've been stuck in indecision, if you are afraid to take a risk, right, then you are losing faith. You are not allowing yourself to practice faith, to have courage, practice faith. So don't worry about making a wrong decision. Don't worry about making a wrong decision. Instead, worry about making no decision at all. Worry about making no decision at all. Then take time to pray, meditate, investigate, research, go on nature walks, and make your decision, right? What you didn't hear me say is just pray and don't do anything. Meditate, don't do anything. Go walk, don't do anything. Yeah, that is the beginning of you getting clarity and asking for guidance around your decision. And eventually, and sooner than later, you've got to make that decision so that you don't continue to kill, as she says here, your soul's desire. So that you don't continue to kill your soul's desire. So once your decision is made, any decision, the universal energies will immediately support your decision, and doors will successively open as if by magic. The magic, you see, is that you've set your mind to accomplish something. You set your mind to accomplish something. That's what making a decision is. That's what taking a risk is. All that means is that you are having faith. You are practicing faith that it will work out and that you don't need to know how it's going to work out before you make a decision. That, again, is you killing that part of your soul's desire. So the magic is that you've actually set your mind to accomplish something. And this intention is what sets you on your magical journey. Trust that the universe, there's the faith again, trust that the universe will support you in all ways. Trust that your intention is clear and right for you. This is where being vision driven gives you that courage. It gives you that foundation. You're not afraid to take risks. You're not afraid to make decisions when it is to support your bigger vision. Who cares if it doesn't turn out the way that you thought it would? That way that it turns out leads you to the next decision, leads you to the next path, right? But you've got to start taking the steps forward in order to know if you've got to go left or right or keep going straight, right? So take a leap of faith and jump fully and squarely into the midst of putting your dreams into action. Don't hesitate or delay a moment longer. Don't hesitate or delay a moment longer. I hope that you feel the power of this message today, because I knew today that I was going to be talking to you about risking, but I had no idea I was going to pull this card that says, take a leap of faith. And taking a leap of faith is all that taking a risk is. It's you telling God, it's you telling the universe, it's you telling yourself and strengthening that mindset and that belief that when I make decisions, I am practicing faith. I am taking a leap of faith. I am trusting for it to turn out the way that it is intended to turn out. So any decision, any risk, any practicing of faith is the right way. It's the right decision. It's the right risk to take. So ask yourself honestly today, after you listen to this, have I been holding back? Is there a decision I know that I need to make that's right in front of me that I have been avoiding? Is there something that I've got to risk that I haven't? And so this is your opportunity to step forward and take a leap of faith now. If you have anything to contribute to this conversation, and I hope that you do, please leave it in the comments here, and I will see it today, and I will come back. I will engage with you. I will support you. And if you want further support, just reach out to me here in Facebook, in Messenger, and someone, myself or one of my team members, will support you in either pointing you into something that you need, maybe an article, maybe a video, or maybe even hopping on a phone call with me. I hope that this supported you today, and I'll see you tomorrow, 6:45 live. Bye, everyone.